we also installed a flagpole for a great American self-made construction owner, Ralph Volson. Ralph's a great American. He's one of those kind of guys that when your semi tips over or train derails, you call Ralph. Ralph will come in with all his heavy equipment and fix things. You know, I just want to celebrate another great American as I travel all over the Great Plains, the upper Great Plains. I meet a lot of great people. These people are the people that actually make this country work. They've always got such great stories to tell. They've got great accomplishments to share, and I'm here to share it with you. Today I have Ralph Volson of RV Enterprises in Drake, North Dakota. Ralph is an accomplished fellow. He's the kind of guy that you'd want to call when your train derails or you need a water pipe or a road built. So Ralph, thanks for being with me today.
Not a problem, Jim.
So how did you get your start, Ralph?
Oh, I worked out, started right out of high school in construction as a operator and mechanic. And it just kind of grew out of there, do a little here, little there. Worked for different companies. It was in the early 80s when companies were failing. So you bounced from company to company to keep a job, basically, because you couldn't find a whole lot of work back then. So I did end up with a different company, and I worked there for 12 years. And it just got to the point I wanted to go on my own, try something different.
Coming into your yard, I see dump trucks, side dumps, loaders, track hose, extended arm track hose. I even see railroad, what are those railroad
panels?
Panels, they
repair
call
panels,
them.
Yep.
Repair panels. You got a wife, Wendy, and four boys.
Sons.
And two of them are accomplished football players.
Yep. And the other two are twins. They're 12 years old, which they'll get to where they're going to be too.
So tell me about these two older ones right now. You got Tanner and Cordell. Tanner and Cordell played for NDSU.
Yeah, did. Tanner graduated last year. Then he did go down and try out for the Chargers, in LA Chargers. Now he's back with me. So, and Cordell, he's a junior at NDSU, playing football and getting his degree.
And they're both starting linemen. And
yep, they're both starting linemen. They got scholarships to go through college. And no, they accomplished a lot themselves.
Tanner, he got quite a few different awards for football.
Yes, he got the FCS Remington Award from for the National Center. He was in his league there. He got the award for that, and many other awards he's gotten, even small ones, big ones. He accomplished a lot.
He's exciting to watch and exciting to follow.
NDSU senior and former Drake Animal standout football player Tanner Volson has been named the winner of this year's Remington Award, which honors the top center of FCS Division II and III and NAIA football. The Balfour native has made 28 consecutive starts for the NDSU Bison at center over the past 2 years and has played 57 career games for the Bison. Volson also was selected to the All-Missouri Valley Football Conference first team and the Associated Press FCS All-American first team as well. He is the third Remington Award winner from NDSU. He joins Rob Hunt and also Joe Lund.
And we wish him the best in his next endeavor. He's not, now that maybe his football career ended, but his future's pretty bright. He's a hard worker.
Yes.
And he's got a good place here if he wants it, I suppose.
Yes, he does. And if not, he can go his own direction. That is his choice. He got married this last summer, and to find a lady there too, and she's a teacher, and so they got a lot of decisions to make. They're young, they'll do a lot of decisions.
You know, when we came and put our flagpole in, you helped me a lot, and I appreciate that.
We were kind of under the gun on some of that, but
Was that the day before your son's wedding?
yes.
Well, you don't want to rush into these
No,
things.
you gotta get it just in a timely manner.
That flag flew, though, for their wedding, didn't it?
Yes, it did, or we'd have been in trouble. But that's the way we run. That's the way I run too. Sometimes we get right on the edge. There's only so many things you can do.
I sure appreciated that flagpole. It was a 40-foot flagpole with an 8x12, and then we have a 6x10 NDSU flag underneath
Yes.
it.
And, we've got many compliments, especially from the Legion's members and everything else. They're very happy we put something up.
Do you think it kind of brings a community together?
Oh, yes. Yeah, patriotism always does. It's in the small towns especially, there's a lot more patriotism, I think, and a lot more respect for the flag and for just the people in general. The flag is there for a reason, something to honor, not to
Protest?
destroy or protest. It's just a symbol of what our fathers and their fathers and our uncles and brothers fought for. They fought for that flag. Sometimes when they looked up to the hill, all they seen was a flag. We're going to get that. We're going to keep that. And the protesters that go against that go against the American way, I feel.
It's about the same in every patriot's heart.
But even like my sons know too. They honor the flag. They know from their brother or uncles and relation that's what they stood for, and they helped teach them that too. You stand there, you hold your hand over your heart, your hat's removed. They understand that. That's honoring not just the flag, it honors the people that fought for it.
And when we fight for the flag, we're actually fighting to be free.
And for each other also. That's the protesters, those are the reason they can protest, because people fought for that. They forget that, they lose that. They think it was just easy. It's not easy. Many people died for the flag. And that's why it's nice to have a flag to honor that part. It's not just the flag, it's a nation too we stand about. It's a unity to tie the nation together.
And that's really the key to rural life is community action and community involvement and everybody helping each other and looking out for each other?
Just being neighborly. If somebody needs something, you're there. You know, it's no matter what it is, and that's getting lost in our society all the way across. There's somebody rather run past you to try and get ahead of you than help you get back up.
Well, you know, all of this, when you die, all of this is not
It doesn't
there
matter
anymore. But your name.
That's what you. That's the only thing you got that you can take with you, or you can destroy in a heartbeat. Anything else you can replace. You can't replace your name or your honor. Like a old contractor told me years ago. He said, "Be careful of bridges you burn. Sometimes you might have to rebuild some, and that takes a lot more work."
Society has changed since we've been children.
Oh, that it has. It's changed a lot. I mean, it's when we were children in school. And I don't know how old you are, Jim, but I mean, we had the 10 Commandments on the wall in the school. We said the Pledge of Allegiance. There was a flag up. You honored all that. And the 10 Commandments, you know, they call it Bible or no, it's a rule that all people should live by. It's any God. It can be anything. But you honor what your religion calls for. You know, honor your parents. Honor, you know, just standards. And those are lost. I think when they guys went out of school, we started losing some of that. Because I remember walking by and see them hanging on the wall in the school.
We seem to be losing our moral standard.
Our moral compass is so screwed up. It's spinning. It's not even pointing in a direction anymore. That's the problem. Our young people have not all of them. There's so many good ones out there, but we have so many that are dragging down the good ones. It's a problem. You know, we have school shootings. But where's our moral compass on that? You know, it should never happen. You know, and they blame so many things. Sometimes we got to look at ourselves. Look at the population in general. What's going on? What's getting twisted up? I mean, there's no moral, no care. They live for today. They don't live for tomorrow or next week or next year.
So, after the last 10 years of this division, do you feel like patriotism in America is kind of on a comeback?
No, I feel it's struggling right now with all the politics, all the problems with the politics. We're becoming a nation of kings and queens, and the rest of us are supposed to just support them. They get into politics and they never seem to get out of there. It becomes a life career. It was never meant to be that. It was meant to be a public service. Do your job, do 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, and be out, not go in and be there 50 years and retire on the government. They go in broke and come out millionaires. There's something going on in this whole system. Roman Empire crashed because of that. It's all, history repeats itself. And if something doesn't change, we're going to be in trouble and repeating it again.
Well, we do have a president in office right now that has not taken a paycheck, and he's giving all of his time free of charge for the American people. I feel like he's not in anybody's back pocket, and I see him as giving the rest of us a little bit of hope here that, you know, he'll fix his part, but we got to fix ours.
And I agree, and that's where elections, that's where we have to vote a lot of these people out. Because he was never supposed to win, he won, and he's doing what our politicians should have been doing for the last 200 years or 150 years since everything's kind of really gone downhill. You know, you look at even the Korean War or Korean conflict and the Vietnam police action. There was money made. It wasn't about winning or losing. It was about making money. And it was politics. 'Cause in World War II, when my father went over, it didn't matter if you were a senator's son or if you were a farmer's son. You went out and you went on the line. By the time Korea came along, Vietnam, they could go and hide in a National Guard, or they could go here and go there. And already the politics were taking over because they didn't want their sons going. And it just grew and grew because you had short-term politicians during the 20s, 30s, 40s, even the 50s. But after that, you started getting longer politicians in there. We had them in North Dakota, Quentin Burdick. What, he served 60-some years? Yeah, there was no reason for that. They should have been long gone. But yes, we don't vote them out, but we're scared of change. People are scared of change. We become complacent. We don't want to try to rock the boat. And that's what Trump's doing. He's rocking the boat. They don't like it. And we like it. And that's, hopefully we can keep that boat rocking.
Well, the number one responsibility of a citizen of the United States of America should to be the boss man of those who represent us, right?
That is right.
They're serving in Congress at our pleasure, and somehow that kind of got turned around.
I always look at, if you're an elected official, especially anything above a county level, you should not be eligible for any retirement, any medical, anything. You're doing your public service. If I get called in to go to, say, jury duty, that's my public service. I don't get any benefits. I get just my mileage and my time paid. And that's what they should be. That way, they're not going to make a living out of it forever.
Well, I'm really impressed of all that you've done in your life, Ralph.
I think just you like all that equipment I have.
I do like all your equipment. I like the fact that you have a nice heated shop that you could work in, and in the wintertime. And it's pretty easy to see that out of your heart, you do love your community and your family, and you give out of your abundance.
You know, that's what the American way is. It's supposed to be anyways. It's not supposed to be just for privilege. It's supposed to be for anybody being able to, if you work hard, get somewhere. And that's what's getting lost sometimes.
The land of opportunity.
Yes. But the problem is, there again, the land of too many regulations sometimes. The government just, if you're not big enough, they don't want to deal with you. It's you know what it is like with the flagpoles. You know, if you only buy one a year, they're not going to talk to you much.
Yeah, actually, my flagpole manufacturer, they saw the video series, and they're like, well, how can we help you better next year?
Yeah. See, and that's what it takes. It's, you know, it's American way on your side, too.
I was not involved so much, Ralph, in the wedding, but I know I needed to get your flagpole in before that day. I remember waking up and having to go to Mercer to do a service call on a flagpole, and so I got up and left early, and then I came back, and then I recruited you to help me set that flagpole that day, and you used the long arm excavator.
Yep.
And
then one of my employees and his daughter helped even.
Oh, Junior?
Yep.
Junior was a great help. I think the two boys were with them.
Could have been, yeah. Yeah, they helped. They kind of got a kick out of that too, seeing how all that went together. So, yeah, that was rather intense that day, because there was a lot of things going on. There was a lot of stuff to get ready.
Boy.
We were not on the high on the list on the rehearsal.
Oh, yeah, we were late for the rehearsal, weren't we?
Yes, the supper. We already had missed a rehearsal.
Oh, hey, you know, the cost of patriotism. Oh, we need to switch your flag out.
Yeah, I know. Noticed that last week.
You take that down, and I'll sew it for you.
Okay.
Not everything works out. Poor Ralph. We installed the flagpole, and then we come to determine that the flag won't come all the way down. Well, I think that flag assembly got made in either Monday or a Friday, because I think they gave us a 30-foot flag assembly rather than a 40-foot flag assembly. So we had to go back and cut the cable and resplice in a new one, and now the flag goes all the way up and all the way down. Ralph, thank you so much for being part of this. You're a great American.
I try to be. We all try to be.
What's great about, everybody wants to help. You don't have to be big. You can be small and help. As we put the pole together, people come and go. They want to help. One guy wants to bring his tractor over to put the dirt in, and Ralph was no exception. Ralph used his big old excavator with like a 120-foot arm and set the pole for us. It's always helpful when the customer wants to help.